I am here today, Indiana Westland, Chapter 3, Quiz Help, to help you here with this quiz. Okay, let's go ahead and look at here and make sure we go in to be able to see where we are. Okay. On this particular problem, I'm trying to find a random and a systematic errors. Okay, and this, what I'm doing is I'm doing the weights reported to the pilot. Well, the reason it's B is because the random errors occur when people do not know their actual weights and they report an incorrect weight, versus a systematic error. They are intentionally lying about their weight when they're saying it's considerably lower. So systematic errors are going to go, it's all going to go to one side. Because if I'm going to lie about my weight, it's typically going to be, well, I'm saying I'm skinnier than I actually am. So that's why the systematic was saying, hey, it's going to be leaned in a particular way. Where the random errors, that could be all over. I may think I'm 140 pounds and I may say, oh, I'm 150 or I'm 145 or I may win 135. Or so it may be a little bit higher or lower. So that's the difference of random versus systematic. Okay, number 2, absolute change versus percentage change. Absolute change is when I actually take the actual amount, 330,000 minus 180,000, and I get the result of negative 150,000. Now, relative change, I take that same number and I subtract it over. This is from February 2008 to February 2013. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to see how much change occurred in that time period. So if I do this math, 330,000 times or minus 180,000 divided by this 208 minus 213, I end up getting negative 45.5. Okay, let's look at number 3. Number 3, first on this one, we're supposed to do the first number as a percentage of the second number. So really all I'm doing is 26 over 57. But I'm going to just show you something just in case you've never seen this little trick, is over of equals percent over 100. So what I'm saying is 26 is what percent, I don't know, so I'm putting X, of 57. To solve a problem like this, I have 26 over 57 equals X over 100. I would cross multiply, and I get 26X equals 50, sorry, I messed that up. 2600 equals 57X, and I would divide both sides by 57, and I would come up with our answer of 45.6. Okay. Find the absolute and relative errors. So absolute errors, again, remember, is what the absolute part is. And so this here is I have 16 ounces, but I only had 15 and a quarter, which is the same as 15.25, minus 16, which is negative 0.75, or negative 3/4, either way. Now, relative error is, okay, so I'm at negative 0.75 over my total amount, which was 16. And if I come up with that, that comes up to 4.7%. All right. Next time, rewrite the statement using the number and scientific notation. Scientific notation is where you have one digit, a decimal, and all the other digits times 10 to a number. Okay? So this number, I have one digit. So the decimal's over here, and I need it over here. So I'm going to, every time I multiply by 10, it moves it over a tens place. So times 10, once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, and then 7 times. I think I just make sure I counted that right. I think I messed up on my humps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, right there. So I have 9.0 because there's nothing after here. I don't really need that. That's not needed, but I'm just putting it here for a placeholder. Times 10 to the, how many times did I move this over? I moved it over 7 times. But it's a small number, so I'm going to say this is times 10 to the negative 7, because what I'm doing is this is a very small number, so this is like dividing it. So if it were a large number like this, where I have, then it would be, this would be 9.0 times 10 to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and let's put one more 0 in there just so it'll be the same, to the 7th. So you see the difference? This is a large number, and this is a small number. Okay? Okay, number 6. This wants you to see how much is $18,000 in 2005. If I was saying, I'm sorry, how much is it in 2005 if $18,000 is in 1976? Customer price index, basically what this shows is in 1976, my customer price index was 56.9, and in 2005, my customer price index is 195.3. So what I need to do is take 195.3 and divide it by 56.9. And if I do that, I'm going to take that on my calculator and I do that, I end up getting 3.43234. So what this tells me is the cost of living or the cost of anything at this customer price index is 3.4 times the amount in 2005 than it was in 1976. So now I just take this amount and multiply it by 18,000. And you're going to get this here, $61,782. So if I bought a really nice luxury car, let's say, or a moderate, I'm not talking a top high dollar, but a pretty nice one. In 1976, I would have paid maybe $18,000 for it, and in today's dollar, I would have paid $61,000 for it, or in 2005's dollar. Okay. Number 7, there's approximately 3.6 million deaths per year in country A. Now it wants deaths per minute. So this is just a conversion. So I have 3.6 deaths per year. So I want to convert this to deaths per minute. So we already have number of deaths, so we're good with that. Now we have to change year. I don't know how many minutes are in a year, but I do know how many days are in a year. So I'm going to say, well, 1 year equals 365 days. So the years cancel. And I do know that there are 60 minutes there's 24 hours in a day. So I have, my day is here. So I have 20, I'm sorry, I've lost my train of thought there. I'm sorry. Here we go. 1 day is 24 hours. And I could have gone ahead and jumped ahead, and if I knew how many minutes were in a day, I could go ahead and do that. But if I didn't, that's okay. And then, since I needed one more here, I know that there are in 1 hour, there's 60 minutes. So what I need to do with this is I'm going to take 3.6 million, which looks like this, and I'm going to divide it by 365 times 24 times 60. So to do this math, I can multiply this out first if I want and divide 3.6 million by this, or I can take on my calculator 3.6 million divided by 365, divided by 24, divided by 60. I'll show you this comes out to be the same thing. So if you go let's see, it's how much, 3600000 divided by 365, so I could do that, enter, and then this calculator does, and the divided by 24, let me go ahead and convert it here, and then divide it by 60. That you see, you get about 6.8. Okay, and that's our answer. All right, last question. There's 60% undergraduates are female, so 60% are female, and 2280. So of that, there's 2,280. So this is the is over of problem. So there's 60% of 100, so percent over 100. So we have 2,280 is, what is 60% of what number? So you would just cross multiply. I get 60x equals 2280, and then 2 more zeros for multiplying by 100. Divide by 60, and you get a grand total of 3,800 total people. And that's all for tonight. Hopefully that helps. Let me know. Please email me if you need any more help.